Great morning, beautiful people. This is Ghazal Luthra, your mindset makeover coach and a professional coach. Today, I'm going to talk about a very interesting topic, and that is how to build confidence and remain brave at all times. I help people to remain confident, but at the same time, also make them realize that they have to take the quantum leap in their life if they really want to become successful. Because there are two ways of doing anything. One is the normal way where you go, step by step, but there is another scientifically proven and super strong way where you can actually accelerate your journey by taking those quantum leaps by only working with your mindset and with your spirituality. So as I always say that if mindset is 2 and spirituality is 2, then it becomes 22, right? So mindset is something that is responsible for 80% of defining and reshaping your life. Most of the people don't know about it, and what they do is that they believe that doing hard work is the only thing, but that does not happen. So let's debunk lots and lots of myths about how we can remain confident. What is the underlying one reason that people feel underconfident most of the time, and how we can work on our mindset so that we become super confident and remain brave at most of the times. This session is divided into 2 parts. So today I will be only covering the first session, and in the next session that is going to happen probably next week, we are going to cover the second part. Okay. So alright, so let's start with how to remain confident. So before we begin to even discuss that how to remain confident, we must realize, or we must at least have an awareness that why we don't feel confident. So you may take whatever situation you want in life, and it could be related to any area of your life. Forever you are feeling confident in few areas, but in some you are not. There is only one underlying reason that you're not feeling confident. And that reason is one of your strongest feeling that is stopping you from becoming confident. So what is that feeling? That feeling is of fear. Fear is a feeling that stops us from being confident, and it does not give us then an opportunity to unleash our potential and do something bigger than what we are already doing. So if you must have heard, there is always a voice which continues within us and says that don't do this. There is a chance that you might fall, or people will laugh at you, or this might not work. This is not safe. And there are multiple things that basically stops us from taking new actions, and the only reason and the underlying reason of that is fear, fear, and fear. So you can consider fear as a feeling, and just to give you a metaphor, imagine that you have a box file, right? Everybody has seen a box file in which we file our papers. So probably fear is that box file. And when you open that file, there are different kinds of papers that you have collected, that, and these papers are nothing but they are your experiences. So ever since you've grown up, all you have done is you have documented all your events in a proper boxed file by the tagline or by the name called fear. And that is how you are now operating. And wherever there is fear, it will make sure that you do not do anything that is going to trigger fear. So fear has its own quality. Fear is definitely not bad until and unless you are controlling fear and fear is not controlling you. So the underlying reason for any kind of underconfidence behavior is fear. And we really need to learn how to control fear and ensure that fear works for our benefit and not against us. Okay. So when you see that these events are boxed in a file, and then what happens? These events, they become your paradigms. And paradigms are those mental programs that actually they lead your life to a tune of 90%. So whatever the events have been stored, whatever the paradigms have been stored, they are going to behave in that particular manner and ensure that you don't go beyond that. So paradigm is that inner voice that is continuously with you. So have you ever wondered what happens when some people say that I am not a confident speaker and I would love to join a course to become confident in my speaking skills? But what happens is that the moment you finish the course, you are back to the normal feeling. You still have that fear, you still have that underconfidence whenever you need to go and speak in front of 50 people or 100 people or in the board meeting or anywhere. That's the only reason that you are not able to overcome your fear or your confidence, underconfidence feeling because of the paradigm. So confidence building seminars can last for 2 hours, 4 hours, or maybe for 2 days, and then they are going to just go, and they are only and only absorbed at your 10% mind level. That's your conscious level. Rest remaining 90% is your inner voice, is your paradigm that says exactly the opposite, that you are not at all confident. And that was the in fact reason that you joined that course, isn't it? So this is what's going to happen if you do not change your paradigm, if you do not work on your mindset. Confidence is not going to come. So let's start debunking that how we can build confidence in simple 3 easy steps. So I'm going to share these steps, and I'm certain that these steps, if followed properly, can actually transform your life. So before I do that, let me give you a very small example from my real life. I've been a leader. I've been working in some great companies, and my role always demanded to address people, to uplift them, take sessions, and conduct lots and lots of meetings or events wherein I had to be on the stage. Every time when I went on stage or when I had to address a gathering of large number of people, I used to have a horrible time because I used to feel so fearful. I used to completely lose control, and I used to feel that I'm not good enough. People are going to judge me. How is she walking? How is she talking? What is she doing? What is she saying? Look at her, the way she looks. All those voices would become so active within me that I would literally have cold sweat hands, and I would have that butterfly feeling in my stomach, and I would feel that somehow I must get over with it. I would never ever be present there. I would present in the sense mentally enjoying the sense, and I would never ever build that courage for my next event. It was just like, thank God this is over. Everything went on just fine. Now I don't want to do anything more in this regard, right? This is how my fear was installed. My paradigms were controlling me. In spite of knowing the fact that I am, well versed, I am an educated person, I have certain skills, people do like me when I speak, I do make sense. But then, even after that, there was an underlying strong feeling that said that no, you are not good enough. So these are the paradigms that rule your life completely, and they take over things, and you would not even have a single control over it until and unless you work on it. All right. So this is a very common example most of the people face. I was among the ones who was had a complete fear for public speaking, but no more, because I learned how to change my paradigm. And this is what you're going to do today. Okay. So paradigm change is a mindset coaching, and today we're going to see how we can change the confidence level and become super confident. So number one thing that you want to probably do is you will have to change your internal dialogue. Okay, so you will have to learn to see everything in a new light. See, I'll tell you what happens is that whenever people tell us something, we have a habit of judging things. Okay, that is how our mind has been made. If you do not have the right process, then everything is going to go inside you. So you must learn to first see things in a different light. Okay, especially things that are not at all giving you the meaningful results. So everything depends on how you are perceiving a situation. There was a very affluent businessman, W. Clement, and he was one person who started his business from, I think, $400, and he took to $80 billion. So he was a very renowned business person. He was completely known for his positive attitude and strong mindset. He had a very peculiar habit. Whenever anybody would come to him and give him a news that this has not worked for us, probably we have not got a contract, or somebody has not taken our product, or we have not gone through that deal, whatever the news is, he would always reply with standard answer, "That's interesting." He would never say, "Oh my God, how did this happen? That's too bad. How can we, tolerate this? How can we even think of not getting through it?" His only and only answer used to be, "That's interesting." So somebody asked him that, "Why do you always respond in a one particular manner?" And that's interesting. And he said, "Because I don't want my mind to get into fear. I don't want my mind to know that things are bad outside." And that's the reason he always used to say that that's interesting. So words play a super humongous kind of a role in our life. It carries a lot of space in our life. I have heard, in fact, I have also worked consciously to change my vocabulary. For instance, I used to say that there is a problem. There is a problem. I have this problem. Now, I have almost deleted this word from my dictionary, and I've substituted this word with "I have a challenge." Because words carry certain energy, and we all are energy beings. So the moment there is a shift in energy, the fear starts coming in. So first thing you need to do is that sit down and write those words that are actually instilling fear in you. And that's a very important exercise. Most of the people think, इसको करने से क्या होगा, जिंदगी में fear ऐसे थोड़ा ना चला जाता है. जिंदगी में fear ऐसे ही बना था because you were born as a perfect individual. But just because there were some people around you who gave you this idea that you are not good for anything, or you are not good enough, or you are not skilled enough, or you are not higher enough than others, that is the reason you started feeling that I am a fearful being, but you are actually not. So what you need to do is that you need to understand that words carry lots and lots of power. So first step is to sit down and think that what are those not so encouraging, what are those low frequency, what are those demeaning words that we just casually use it. Some people say, "I'm so sick and tired of my life, I'm so stressed." All the time they are saying that things which they are inviting indirectly in their life. Some people would say that एक दो बार बोलने से थोड़ी ना कुछ होता है. Absolutely, एक दो बार बोलने से कुछ नहीं होगा. But it's like, when you get a piggy bank at home and you start putting coins. So if you're putting coins, the piggy bank is going to fill with the coins. But once the piggy bank is full with the coins, and you choose to then break it so that you can see how much money you have got it. When you break it, you're going to get the coins. But at the same time, the second person choose to put only 500 rupees note in the piggy bank. He has a set rule, and he says that, okay, nothing doing, I'm just going to put 500 rupees note. And at the end, when there is no more space to put any further notes in the piggy bank, he decides to break it. What will be the value that he would get out of it? Of course, it's going to be much, much bigger than the value that the person who was just putting, change or coins got it. That's because the second person chose to put something which was filtered, which was more valuable, so that he can get more value back. It's exactly the same. So you might think that one or two times it's not, but it is your habit, and you are doing this thing unconsciously. So start becoming conscious. That is the first thing that I want to say, to build your confidence, because your underconfidence has come from the fear, and fear has come from the kind of internal dialogue that you have been doing since many years. And that's the reason you are unable to take those actions, to take those beautiful experiences in your life that you really want to do. I talk to so many people, I coach to them, and they all have such beautiful dreams. I want to do something wherein I love to, create things, but how can I do it? I don't think so it's going to get me money, right? You yourself are creating fears by devaluing your own self, by cutting your own positive statement and eventually converting into a negative statement. So that's one thing that you truly need to avoid. Okay. Second thing is, I want you to give you lots and lots of encouragement, and it is a fact. It is not something that I'm just saying for the heck of it. And that is that you are a powerful being. You are a powerful being. You have been blessed. You have come on this earth with equal amount of potential that everybody had. So God does not differentiate, the universe does not differentiate. In fact, the source has the similar potential what you have. I always tell in my sessions that consider yourself as the source, the energy which is around, it is a source and you are a part of it, a small minuscule point or a circle of it. And that's the reason you are carrying the same qualities, same potential that the source carries. It is just that you've come down and the source is up. That's it, right? Because you have a purpose to serve in this world. That's the reason you are here. So your soul, if you believe in soul, your soul is powerful. It is all knowing and it is all present. So you don't have to build that power within it. You are already blessed with it. If you buy a Ferrari, you're not going to alter the engine to increase the power. The power is already there. But if you don't know how to drive the car properly and you're not going beyond gear 1 and 2, that's not the problem of the car. That's the problem of the driver. That's the problem of you, that you have not learned to use that power, isn't it? So same way you are blessed with infinite potential. Learn to identify that potential within you. You are all knowing. When I say you are all knowing, that means you have all the answers within. So stop going and becoming absolutely hassled or getting worried or getting frustrated that, oh my God, I don't know a lot of things. You are in a journey of increasing your awareness, but do not underestimate your potential by thinking that you can't even take the first step. Wherever you are, whatever you have, take the first step. And that is how you will know that you are all knowing. You have the power within. Okay? And you are present everywhere. Your soul is an energy. You are an energy being. So do not think that you are limited to one place. You are present at every place. You just need to connect with your mind. See, mindset coaching is all about increasing your frequency and vibrations by changing your thoughts so that you can alter your life. You can change your life and bring it to a level where you can achieve anything, because you are and you have an access to every single thing in this universe. There is no limitation. The limitation is created by our own self, by our mind, by our fear. Universe or God has not made us limited beings. We are limitless. So most of the people again ask me one question, that what is the opposite of fear? And even if I ask you what is the opposite of fear, people say that it is courage, right? Initially, I also started my level of understanding by thinking that I need to be courageous if I have to overcome my fear. But as and how I evolved in this journey, I realized that fear has an opposite meaning, but that's not courage. So it is a saying that the fear came on my door and knocked the door, and the faith opened the door, and fear was no more there. So opposite to fear is considered to be faith that we have within us, that there is nothing known as fear because I have more faith in me than at the situations outside. So faith is one thing that you really need to have in a, I would say, abundance within you, that universe will firstly not give you anything that you cannot handle. Have that faith within you. And secondly, learn to use your potential. The more you use it, the more you are going to unleash, the more you're going to unravel, the more you are going to surprise your own self by thinking, oh my god, I did that, I thought this was so impossible. So that is how build faith first that you are a strong being. Courage will come on its own. Okay, right. Now the third thing is that you need to take small actions. Okay, so never ever think that if you have a fear, you're going to overcome the fear by completely changing your paradigm at one go. Your paradigm is super strong, it is ruling or governing your life 90%. So you need to do things step by step. The moment you realize that you have a fear for one particular thing, for instance, if you are a businessman and you have a fear for selling things, or if you are working somewhere and you have a fear of putting your ideas across to your CEO or to your leader, then what you can do is that you can sit and write that fear and think, what is the first step that I can take to overcome this fear? Step by step, you are going to change your paradigm. So what are you going to do? You are going to take the first step by thinking that, all right, my first step probably, if I'm not able to sell my product or if I'm not able to express my ideas, could be that I note down or I write a small script. There is no harm if you cannot say something spontaneously, write it down and say. It could be just a one liner or two liners that listen, I have a great idea to share with you. That could be your starting point. Okay, or if you're selling something, then you say that I have an amazing product that I would love to make you aware about. Would you love to, or would you like to hear it? That could be your first step. So learn to take the first step, and that is how you are going to win the battle, change your paradigm, and you're going to bring lots and lots of confidence. You don't have to rely on others. I'm telling you with my experience, most of the people have been conditioned to give fear to others. Okay, they have not been trained to first take care or overcome their own fears. So what you have inside, you're going to give that to people. The moment you will discuss your fears, they are either going to empathize with you and say that I know, even I have this thing, or the other person will say that छोड़ना यार, this is okay, सबके साथ होता है. How can you say छोड़ना? I mean, you cannot say छोड़ना, because this statement is not going to change your life. You know, you cannot live with this statement that leave it, forget it, this is what happens. With time, everything will be fine. Nothing is going to be fine with time, because you have built this since your childhood. And it is not going to go with time if you do not work for it. If you are trying to do something which you've been doing since years, you are going to get same things in the coming times also. So first thing is take small steps, learn to do that. And second is sit down and start visualizing what is the outcome that you desire. If you desire to become the #1 salesperson, think and see that how do you feel when you are going to start selling your products in bulk, in quantity, or to those people who really need your services. Or think that what kind of job you are doing, or think what kind of life you are living, the quality life where you are in complete control of your life. You have the freedom. If you don't want to work today, you're not going to work. So start seeing these kind of things, visualize them and make them powerful. That's another beautiful step of overcoming your fear, because remember, the more your mind can see it, the more it is going to believe it, and the more it is going to come true in your life. That's a simple process, absolutely simple. Apart from that, I can assure you, if you continue doing what you're doing by just thinking, I am going to put more and more effort and overcome the fear, I am giving you a surety with my experience, it is not going to work. You might get results for 1, 2 months or 3 months because you have tried to overpower the paradigm. You have just tried. But the moment your paradigm will realize that, oh my God, this is not something which I have planned. This person is going off the track. Your paradigm is going to bring you back with double force. And that's the reason most of the motivational talks, most of the learnings that you take from the sessions, they go fat after a few days or few months, and you say that, oh, I tried that, and I did it also for 3 months and 4 months, but then somehow I lost interest. That's not losing interest, that was your paradigm coming back to the power. So you need to learn to overcome the power by paradigm by changing it in a way that works for you forever. So it's a system that you're going to build within. So this is what it is all about: overcoming your underconfidence, coming and bringing yourself to a confidence zone. Okay, so this is one thing that I would love to say everyone, that no one can be you, and that is your power. I repeat this so often because this is such a powerful statement. The day you realize that you are a unique being on this entire planet, nobody can be Ghazal, nobody can be you. People can definitely take your content, people can definitely think that, oh, she's talking nice, let me also use this content. That's absolutely fine. I am also learning from people. I also use lots and lots of examples that actually feel they resonate with me, and I would love to share. There is no harm in doing that. But the authenticity that you carry, the authenticity that I carry, the intention that you carry, the intention that I carry cannot be duplicated, cannot be taken by anybody else. And that is why it is said that everybody is unique, because our energy patterns are very different, our conditioning is different, our paradigms are different. And the moment you start learning about it, you are going to shift your gears, and right away from gear number 2, you might go directly to an overdrive to grade 5, right? So this is what happens. So I'm going to end my session now here by again giving you a homework, or I would love if you can sit with yourself and do this. See, if you do not work on yourself, I'm assuring you, you are not going to make too much big difference in your life, because we were not given a choice of what we got inside within us. We were really not given a choice. Okay, we are a product built by our parents, built by the society, built our relationship around us, built by the teachers. So we are the product of that. Okay, so if you do not change yourself consciously, then you are going to live in the same environment all your life. So lots and lots of encouragement. I'm certain these 3 steps are going to change and alter your life and make you super strong and confident in the coming times. I'll see you next time in part 2, where I'm going to talk about the second main element, that is the spirituality, and how you can change your life by using and working with your energy, and that is super important. Okay, God bless you. See you once again, and have a safe weekend. Bye bye.